Hang a chain loosely between 2 points and let it settle. It falls into a curve so specific, so precise, that it has its own name and its own equation. You see it every single day. In power lines drooping between poles, in a necklace around a neck, in the cables of a suspension bridge, in a single strand of spider silk. They all make the exact same shape. It looks like it should be a simple parabola. For a long time, even Galileo thought it was, but it isn't. It's something subtler and, in a way, far more beautiful. And hidden inside it is the secret to building the strongest arch in the world. The curve is called a catenary, from the Latin word for chain. And the reason it shows up everywhere a cable hangs is that it's not really a shape at all. It's the answer to a question that physics asks automatically. Given a flexible chain with weight, hanging from 2 fixed points, what arrangement uses the least energy? Every link pulls on its neighbors, gravity tugs each one down, and the chain has no choice but to settle into the one curve where all those forces balance perfectly. It doesn't compute anything, it just falls into the solution. Now here's the twist that fooled Galileo. If you lay a parabola over a hanging chain, they look almost identical near the bottom, and you'd swear they're the same. But watch the sides. The chain climbs upward more steeply than the parabola does. It's not a parabola at all. A parabola is what you'd get if the weight were spread evenly across the horizontal, like the deck of a suspension bridge. But a free-hanging chain carries its weight along its own length, and that tiny difference bends it into a completely different curve. That curve is described by a function called hyperbolic cosine, written cosh. The height of the chain equals a number, times the hyperbolic cosine of your horizontal position divided by that same number. You don't need the details. What matters is that this function grows faster than any parabola, curving upward more and more aggressively as you move away from the center. It emerged in the 1690s, when Leibniz, Huygens, and Johann Bernoulli independently cracked the problem that had stumped everyone since Galileo. The humble hanging chain had been hiding real mathematics, and now the payoff. Take that hanging chain, freeze it, and flip it upside down. A hanging chain is under pure tension, every link pulling apart. Flip it, and every one of those pulling forces becomes a pushing force, pure compression, running perfectly along the curve, with no sideways bending anywhere. That is precisely what stone and brick are strongest at resisting, so an upside-down catenary is the ideal arch. It holds up its own weight with the least possible stress. The soaring Gateway Arch in St. Louis is a flipped catenary. So are the strongest cathedral domes. The architect Antoni Gaudí understood this so deeply that he designed entire churches upside down. He built elaborate models out of hanging strings weighted with little bags of birdshot. Let gravity find all the perfect catenary curves for him. Then photographed the model and simply turned the picture over. Gravity did his structural engineering. The same shape that a lazy chain falls into, doing nothing, is the shape that lets stone soar into the sky. Tension and compression, the same curve read in 2 directions. A drooping power line and a towering stone arch, the same curve, once hanging, once standing. That's the quiet elegance of the catenary. Nature finds it for free, just by letting go, and we borrow it to hold our greatest buildings up. This has been actually rendered. If this one hung together for you, you know which button to press.